So yesterday was a big day for a lot of us, right? Big day. Lessons learned.
Yep.
Fears faced. Anyone? Face your fears? Anybody slay a dragon? Yeah? You did? Good. Breakthroughs? Yeah, I just want to acknowledge we're only in the second day of the course. Right? We're just at the beginning, the second day. We're not exactly halfway through yet. You get that? So I want you to check in. How were you when you got here? When you came to this event, what was it like?
Scary.
Scary? Yeah, so for a lot of people, I mean, that's what comes up for me. Somebody says going to a boot camp, and I'm thinking, yeah, what's that mean? So, you know, we did some self-analysis or self-knowledge when we started, because I think all of you had a chance to have a little 1 or 2 minute interview, right? And check in with you, see where you're at. And as you know, if you didn't have that, I encourage you to do it quickly, because we're already getting into the halfway point of the course, and we're going to have an opportunity for you to do that again at the end. So I'm going to ask you to check in though and see where you were when you came and what's changed, what's shifted, and hopefully for everybody. I mean, you might be bored, you might be more scared. You might be, yeah, I'm breaking through this thing. You might be on the other side of it thinking, I'm good, I'm gold-plated. And you might be thinking, yeah, and there's more to come. So wherever you're at, it's great. But I want you to check in, because there's 2 parts to this camp. I mean, there's 2 levels we operate on. Of course, there's the level of, we have objectives. You know, we want to place a dream kit, right? That's our goal, that's our objective. Number 2, as we announced in the beginning, is for you to experience exquisite coaching, mentoring, support, and building teams, right? And hopefully that's being fulfilled as well. But there's a whole nother piece in there. There's an interior piece. There's a piece inside, which is, who am I? How did I show up? Who do I want to be? What am I going to do about that? When I see the gap between where I want to be and where I am I willing to step into that, or am I going to go into maybe an old avoidance pattern or old something pattern to avoid engaging and avoid confronting perhaps, avoid breaking through to who I really am committed to being? Now, I'm not going to pretend that that's easy work, but this is boot camp. That's what this is. We're here to do the hard stuff. We're here not at Playground 101, this is boot camp. So I'm going to ask you to raise the stakes today. I'm going to ask you to go all in. I'm going to ask you to seize this opportunity, because you know what? I don't know that I or you will have another chance to do this. We're certainly not all going to be together in the same place at the same time, exactly the same way. And I don't know Monday. I saw a brilliant sunrise this morning, but I have no guarantee for any of us that there'll be another opportunity. This is it. So I want to know, not for me, but I want to know, for you to know, what the stakes are for you today. What are you up to? What's at stake? And I would suggest a powerful place to stand is to look at what you are fed up with in your life. What the first night we had a little ritual we did called Whatever It Takes. And for some of you, that may be the first time you've seen that. Some of you may have seen it before. But as I recall, there were a couple things in there. I'm done with low living, chintzy giving, playing small, backing down, settling, hanging out in the field of mediocrity. Who here wants a mediocre life? Who here is just sick and tired of the same old, same old? Look, I got to share something personal. You know, we've been at this a while. Chris and I were very successful from the standard measurements. You know, we're crown diamond, top of the compound, making outrageous money. We've earned respect. But I'm just sick of it. Now, I'm not sick of all that stuff. That's great. I'm sick of being where I am. I'm ready for a big breakthrough. I'm here to party full out this weekend, to break through to the next thing for me. See? So I'm all in. I am all in. And what that looks like for me, I mean, David and I have been having an ongoing conversation. You see, we're here as facilitators and event coordinators, and you know what? I'm behind the curve in laying off my 1 or 2 or 3 dream kids. I don't have my first one placed yet. I'm pretty well along the way. But for me to get 2 or 3 dream kits out, I'm behind the curve. So how about you guys? Where are you at? I don't need to know from me, but I'd like you to know for you. Because if you're not halfway home, and we're moving into the halfway point in the event, when are you going to get there? And what do you, if you're not there, and some of you may be, and that's, you know, commendable, but what are you going to do about it? See, for me, a valuable strategy is not just hope. I'm not just going to hope I get there. I actually got to do something. I got to dig in. I got to tighten up my boundaries. I'll share some more personal stuff here. You know, one of the things that, in the role that I've selected for myself here, that I've chosen, you know, I'm here in service to you. I'm here to be here. You got a problem, you want a 3-way, you got something, you know, something's not working. I'm there making it happen, along with a huge team of wonderful people. And I can't go home here tomorrow night and go, you know what, I didn't do what I came to. I didn't do my work. I didn't do my work. I'm not willing to live with that regret of having an opportunity to break through to a whole new level for myself and getting distracted. So if any of that's resonating with you, if it's landing with you, I'm going to suggest you take a serious look at what's up and what you need to do about that. And I'm not assuming it is for everybody, but from conversations, I know some of you are concerned. It hasn't worked out like you hoped it would or thought it would or committed to. It's working out some other way. So this is dig in time, guys. This is not cruise time if you're in that place. This is dig in time. This is grab down deep and grab onto something and do not dare let go. Because it's going to happen fast from here in. You get it? The pace is picking up, starting now. Today is your last full day on this course. This is it. You know, you cross the finish line today, or, you know, got a makeup session tomorrow. But who wants to be doing that? So I would strongly suggest you look in yourself and you look at how committed you are to crossing that finish line. Full of breath, standing tall, striding, not crawling and dragging and, you know, all that stuff. And yes, the first part is to find that place and make that commitment. And yes, there's some things, there's technique, there's help, there's, you know, what do I do, how do I do it? Oh, that's the easy part. That's the part we're here to help you with. We're here to help you with this part too, but that part's almost mechanical, isn't it? For us to say, okay, well this and that, you know, let's do this, that's mechanical, sort of. This is the hard part. This is the part that you need to dig deep and access. This is where the heart of the lion, the heart of the champion develops and emerges. Now again, I'm not presuming everybody's, you know, not happy with your results or behind. And if you're happy with your results and you're ahead of the game, reach out. This is team. That's the third part of this, right? We're building team. Do you guys know what the reunion is going to look like for this group? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? We are a team. those of you that have some extra strength, you got a little extra juice, let's put out a hand. Let's help some other people get their stuff. And those of you that are professional helpers and you don't get your stuff done, don't do that. That's an avoidance strategy. We're a great group of people. We're caring, loving, and sharing. And networkers who care too much, can fill in the blank. So guys, we're in the home stretch. Now I also want to acknowledge a few things. As organizers, David and I talked about this, it would, I don't want to say be normal, it would not be abnormal for you to be behind the curve at this point. And I'm going to ask David to talk a little bit about that, about pacing. Look, you've gotten into a new environment. Some of you hit your stride. Some of you are fully in the zone, right? And some of you aren't. Some of us aren't. So once we get in the zone, you can fully expect the velocity to pick up. It's magical. It's just everybody I talk to, they say yes. Now if you're not in that place yet, that's the place to get, because then you can lay that kid off fast. You can lay it off fast. So ask yourself, am I in the zone? And some of you are, clearly. Some of the stuff you shared, you're in the zone. And maybe not all of us are. So I'm actually, David, if you'd be willing to come up and maybe take it to the next level, that'd be great.
Awesome, thank you.